Peace listening audience. I'm Camille Shabazz. Got to get you a copy of this wonderful book, The Macadine, which is on Amazon. 309 pages of powerful truths, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that's needed in this hour that we are in right now. You know, you got knowledge that's what they call trivial, that's not necessary, and then you have knowledge that is essential. And that's what this knowledge that's contained in this book is, especially for men. Essential knowledge. Now, there's an old saying that says that you have not because you ask not. And I must say that I disagree with that saying, because a lot of people ask, and there's a lot of people who specialize in saying no. People out there who just love to tell you no just because it makes them feel better. So I disagree with you have not because you ask not. You have not because you take not. And when I say take not, I'm not talking about stealing or taking something from someone else. I'm talking about taking what is rightfully yours and mine. Because there's a portion of life, there's a portion of material things that is available for all of us. As each man has equal access to the sun, you know, every one of us have the ability to have a personal relationship with the sun. You could take your towel out at any beach or location, and the sun appears to serve you and I personally, because to a certain extent, it does, as all life does. But it's up to us to take our rightful place and to make our rightful space in this realm called life, called earth, called universe. By taking your place, you got to take it. You know, you can't just go to a table with food on it. If you want to eat that food, you got to go to the table and take your portion. Not steal it, but take what's yours. And that's what's missing today. The desire, the ability, and the strength to take what's yours and mine. To go for what's yours and mine. Well, about 36 years ago, I read an article that still shakes me and rattles me till this day. And that article was called Let Go of Fear and Grow. Because I can attest to this personally, that my number one enemy in my personal life and those who I have spoke to is fear. Whether that fear is fear of the unknown, fear of rejection, or fear of what people are going to say about you. Most human beings are absolutely clutched by these type of fears, and it has prevented us from being, as the Army said, all that you can be. Fear. Fear. FDR said that there's nothing to fear but fear itself. But that is also, in that statement, you're saying that fear is still something to fear. To me, what you fear might not be anything. It might be minuscule or ridiculous. But to the one who has the fear, that fear is real. So people can say that fear means false evidence appearing real, but that might be to you. But to the one's imagination suffering that fear is very, very real. How do you get over your fear? They say challenge it. But sometimes you need what they call some support in helping you overcome your fears. And that's where a support group comes in, where you should be able to have someone or have a group that you're able to go to and discuss and overcome the things, the fears that are gripping you. But unfortunately, most people go into a shell and remain enslaved to their fears. But the bottom line is this: we're only born with two fears, the fear of loud noises and the fear of falling. All other fears are those that have been taught to us and that we have embraced as we went through the years of our lives. Now, the way to overcome your fear is to change your mental reality. That's the way you get out of your fears. You got to challenge the fears starting first in your mind. That's where it all begins. You know, we talk about the principle of active imagination. You know, that's very powerful. It was Einstein that said that imagination is greater than knowledge. So if we can get back tied into and associated with our imagination, that is the key to elevation. Personal elevation is your imagination. And they have deliberately killed our imagination at a young age, you know, on purpose, so that we don't dream big and accomplish big and remain in a mediocre state of existence. But fear is real. But the way you overcome it is by challenging it first and foremost in your mind. And in the Macadine, we talk about a livery, a Livary, which is the opposite of a diary. A diary is a dead book talking about the dead past. Your livery is a living book talking about your present that you create. You create the script. And that's the wonderful thing about this life, is that we have the power to script or rescript our lives. That's why the American government gives you 10 opportunities to change your name. You can change your name 10 times. They give you 10 times to reinvent yourself. Isn't that amazing? So, to overcome fear, challenge it first in your mind. In your mind. You can write fear out of your life for life with the proper writing skills and the proper rituals that we share in the Macadine book. So you have not because you ask not, because you take not. Grow up out of your fear, and the world is ours. Peace and more later.